Hey, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a preview video today looking at the TCU Horned Frogs of the Big 12. And looking at a team that's pretty interesting, has had some success in recent years, obviously letting Coach Gary Patterson out the door, but bring in Sonny Dykes, the new head coach, who has had a little bit of football history in him. He's 0-0 right now, but he's been at teams like Kentucky, Texas Tech, Arizona, Louisiana Tech, California. But let's see how it ended with Gary Patterson as the head coach at TCU. 5-7 last year was the record for the Horned Frogs. 3-6 in Big 12 play. They lost their last game. Not a good look. And I'll go ahead and say this. I expect them to take a step forward this year. I know it's crazy, maybe a little bit. I think Sonny Dykes can come in here and, you know, really just turn it around. He won a WAC title at Louisiana Tech back in 2011. I mean, that's about it, but he's been pretty good at teams like Louisiana Tech. You know, he had a 22-15 record there. He did have a stunt at California at 19-30, but his most recent success comes from SMU being 30-18 overall with the SMU Mustangs, 18-13 in AAC play, making some bowl games here or there, losing them though. That's the only problem, but I guess TCU sees some potential in him, obviously, to bring him in and hire him. We'll just have to wait and see what Sonny Dykes can do with the TCU football program. So you look back at what they did last year. Open up with Duquesne, who Florida State opens up with, by the way. We looked at ACC already, but sticking to the Big 12 here for a second. They opened up with Duquesne, 45-3. They won that game. That's not bad. You beat them how you probably should have. You beat them like a drum. California, you struggled. California is not really – the Golden Bears aren't really that big of a football program in the Pac-12, but you played them. At least you beat them. You get a bye week. The thing is they lost the close games and they got away from them, right? Here's the thing. SMU is a good football program. I don't know if SMU is good enough that they're beating Power 5, especially Big 12 schools like TCU. Come on now. And at home, Texas, I could understand. At Texas Tech, you beat them. You lose to Oklahoma. You lose to West Virginia. You lose at Kansas State. You beat Baylor in an upset. That was something. That's literally like the best thing you did all year. You beat Kansas. You lost to the Cyclones and the Cowboys. And these losses, first off, that's a bad shoot. 63-17, 48-14. I mean, did they just give up or whatever at the end of the season? I'm not here to trash talk or anything, but seriously, what is going on with the TCU football program? That being said, here's what I'll say. I expect them to take a step forward. They brought in some transfers. They've got some good recruits. You know, they are a 3-4-star school, but they got to go up from here. They have to. Otherwise, this will be a really, really bad hire in Sonny Dykes. But I've heard some good things. Don't forget, his dad, Sonny Dykes, his father, Spike Dykes, is the second all-time winningest football coach in Texas Tech history. So he's got some football background and blood in him. So he's got to do TCU proud. He's got to come in. He's got to be the head coach for the Horned Frogs program, and he's got to do some big things. So that being said, let's go ahead and look at what they got coming in this year in 2022, right? What about their schedule? We'll look at that, right? And it's not going to be an easy road. Open up at Colorado, play Tarleton State. I don't want to butcher that. Tarleton State. Get a bye week early on. That'll probably hurt you there. At SMU, Oklahoma, at Kansas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, at West Virginia, Texas Tech, at Texas, at Baylor, and then Iowa State. Thing is, I don't want to say half these, although it seems like it. Just about half of this schedule has teams better than you. You play, as of right now, you play 3 ranked teams. Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Baylor. You're going to play a ranked team in Texas if things go right with Steve Sarkisian. Honestly, I know I sound down on TCU. I think the Sonny Dykes era for the Horned Frogs, I think, could get off to a good start. That's, TCU to me, there's like one of 3 categories I like to go with, when it comes to these conferences. You're either tier 1, you're up there. Tier 3, you're down low. Right in the middle, tier 2, right in the middle of it. You're not bad and terrible down in the gutter, but you're nowhere near a championship. You're just right there in the middle, TCU. You're a team that can go maybe 6-6 or 7-5. You're going to win your out of conference games, and then you're going to struggle a little bit in conference play. Right? How much, is there pressure on Sonny Dykes? Is there pressure in his first year? I mean, I don't know. Believe me, I don't know. I look at this schedule, and I'm just going to go ahead and be honest and open with you guys. I think they invert what they did last season. They went 5-7, 3-6 in Big 12 play. Honestly, I do think TCU can take a step forward. Again, my apologies for, being down on them. Or it might sound like it, 1996 and 1997, according to collegefootballnews.com, was the last time TCU had back-to-back losing seasons. What's a losing season? Below 500? Okay. If that's the case, they haven't done that in 25 years. So it'd be like to have another losing season, second year in a row, would be disappointing, number one. It would break a streak. It'd just be a shocker, They went from 5-6 in 2004 to 11-1 in 2005. If you go back through the Gary Patterson era, right? They went from 4-8 in 2013 to 6-7 in 2014. So they've taken some big jumps. It's time to let Gary Patterson go, though. It's time for Sonny Dykes. And he doesn't have to have this miracle, make it to the Big 12 championship, Cinderella type of run. He doesn't need that. I think anything short of a bowl game would just be disappointing. However, I say this. I think they can make a bowl game. I think the out of conference schedule helps them out, though. I do think they struggle in conference play a little bit. They went 5-7 last year. I'm going to make this one quick on you guys. I'm going to go and just talk about this. I'm going to say they go 7-5. I think they flipped the record that they had last year. 7-5, it seems reasonable. 6-6, okay. Their losses: Oklahoma State, at Texas, at Baylor, and Iowa State. Those are the teams that I clearly think are better than you. They could also lose that West Virginia game. I don't know. I think, man, I think they come off that Oklahoma State loss. I'm going to call a weird close game and an upset. I think they start figuring some things out because I do think Sonny Dykes is going to be a good coach for this program, and I think he could turn some things around, get some recruiting going in the state of Texas. And I don't know about going outside of the state, but I think he could do some good things. And I think some weird things are going to happen this college football season with some teams, and maybe TCU is one of them. It could very much be 6-6 if they do beat West Virginia. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go with my gut and say maybe that's an upset. I don't know. I haven't looked at West Virginia's schedule. I mean, could they be overlooking TCU for a game in their future down the road in 2022 on their schedule? Again, we'll do a West Virginia preview some other day, but I could see TCU going 500 or just barely above it at 7-5. And again, I say Oklahoma State, at Texas, at Baylor, and Iowa State. Basically, the tier 1, tier 2 type of teams in the Big 12. I think TCU is just in tier 3, not like their own category or anything. I mean, I think that they're right there with someone like Kansas State or whoever. They could also lose at SMU. SMU can put some good teams together. Could they lose at Colorado week 1? I think anything is possible in the first week of the season. So there's some tricky games. I mean, they could go 3-9. They could go 4-8. They could go 5-7. I got them 7-5. And again, I think I try to, when I put my record predictions up, hear me out. When I put the record predictions up, I put the best possible scenario. I don't think they get more than 7 wins. So at most, I'm saying they could go 7-5 potentially, but they could have a 6-6. They could have another 5-7, or they could have a really, really bad year where they only go 4-8 or 3-9 if things really don't go well with Sonny Dykes as the head coach, at least in his first season. So I don't know. Sonny Dykes had great success at Louisiana Tech, not so much at California, but turned it around, had a really good comeback with SMU. Again, SMU, he was 30-18. Put together some good teams there. Put together some good teams at La Tech in the early 2010s at 22-15 in 3 years. That's not too bad there. So Sonny Dykes has had some good success with programs, not Power 5, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Comment down below what you think the Horned Frogs will do this upcoming season with new head coach Sonny Dykes. Just let me know if you agree. Tell me anything that I'm missing, because I think they returned some talent. They got some experience. They did lose some guys, though, too. I think they could pull something out. I think when it comes to the teams that are clearly better than them, that's where they lose. And like I said, 7-5 is at max. I don't think they get more than 7 wins. But like I said, too, they could go 4-8. They could go 5-7. somewhere barely below 500. Maybe they miss out on a bowl game. We'll see what happens. But I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Remember that. Keep your head up. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media checking out. Love you guys. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.